Hey, this is Tom Challan, helping you create wealth while having a life in your home-based business. And a lot of videos that I do talk about the mechanics of how to prospect. This is a little bit different. This is going through the actual process of how I'm so proficient at follow-up. You know, I always tell people, if you have the same skill as me when it comes to the psychology of what to say and how to talk over the phone and how to call people and how to build personally in your local area, but I have a methodical follow-up process, I'm going to win every time. And I had to reach a point in my career where I was tired of using this excuse. This is my favorite excuse. I'm not detail-oriented. I'm disorganized. I don't have a follow-up process. And one day I just said, you know what? Shut up. Stop making excuses over that. And again, I'm speaking to myself. And when I learned to get focused, I started enrolling 2 to 3, sometimes 4 people in my home-based business, and I'm excited to share with you after years later, there's a few more steps, and I'm doing it all over again. And it's a lot of fun. If you can't tell, if you've been watching my videos, my energy's back, my passion's back, my excitement's back. Why? Because I'm not just teaching for a living. I'm in the trenches just like you, building a home business. So what I'm sharing with you is applicable, practical information that's working in 2014 and beyond, depending on when you're watching this video. All right, let's dive in. 8 steps. This is the mechanics of what I do. Obviously, and again, this may not all be perfect for you, but these are just 8 steps or 8 points or 8 tips. And again, it may be a little bit mix and match for you, but let me give you an example of what I do on most of my calls. Obviously, call people. Pick up the phone. That's your first step. All right? And then I take number 2, when I'm forming them, when I'm talking to them using my mapping system, I take methodical notes. Oh, and one more, and I'm just going to skip over here. And yes, this is going to be a little all over the board, so stick with it, take notes, rewatch this, okay? I'm even starting to record every conversation. 1, for training purposes for you, which if you're a pro member, you're going to get those recordings. Number 2, so I can re-listen to it, or my assistant who's helping me can listen to it and make sure that I didn't miss any notes, or I can make sure that I don't miss anything that's important in that person's life, okay? So I'm recording the calls. All right, so take notes, recording the calls, and then after I qualify them, because remember, I'm qualifying them, I am sorting them, okay? And I'm sorting them, and I did a few different words as an example. Some of you may be calling tagging them, okay? Some of your contact managers are tagging. Some might be categorizing them. Some might be putting them into folders. Some of you may be calling it groups. So I use this as a few different examples because your system with your company may be different. Okay, for my system, it's a tagging. I think the simplest way for 2014 and beyond is a tagging system, but don't get caught up in that, okay? Don't use that as an excuse like you don't have a tagging system. Basically, all that means is you sort people. You know, you sort them into follow-up. You might sort them into, like one of my things that I sort is, I'll just put it here, my 10. Like if they're a 10, if I rate them right here, I'll put them in a folder or a tagging that rates them as a 10. Let's say I'm prospecting in Hawaii. I'll put them into the Hawaii tag. Let's say that they are someone that I got to follow up with. So anyways, you get the idea. So I'm very methodical at sorting them into some kind of folder, grouping, or tagging system. And then I also like to rate people, okay? Anyways, I got to do a whole video on that one. I gotta move on. And then here's new. I know that I sound like kind of like an old dude, right? I am kind of an old dude, to some of you at least. Don't feel like it. But so my point is texting. This is kind of new to me. It's a great weapon to make sure that I'm calling them. And then in the follow-up process, I have a preset text. For those of you that are pro members, we're going to make a note. Let's get we put that to the pro members. And it's something like this. It says, hey, it was great talking with you. Looking forward to helping you accomplish your goals. Here's the link to my website. Here's the link to my webinar. Here's the link to my conference call. Whatever you send them as your simple message, okay? So you want to, like if you're going in for a knockout punch, you want to go 1, 2, boom. You want to go a few different ways because sometimes just one strategy will not connect with people. And in today's world, people are busy. So you want to call them. You want to take notes. You want to text them. And if they're really someone sharp, today I had this really sharp guy, real estate professional, almost a 7-figure earner. I'm sending that dude a card, a personal card, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be handwritten. There's some awesome online card sending systems out there that you can use. You just go in there, cut and copy, and say, hey, it was great talking with you. Looking forward to building a long-lasting business relationship with you and helping you earn that extra $10,000 a month that you told me you wanted to earn. And then you put in the card, hit send, drop a card. They get it in the mail a few days later. They're like, whoa, right? So you're not just calling them. You're not just taking incredible notes to learn about them. You're texting them. Then you're sending them a card. And in the same process, you're scheduling them. You're scheduling them for follow-up, because if you're like me, right, and I bet a lot of you are like me, meaning you can be very disorganized, but I'm not. I'm a methodical machine when I'm in a zone, because I've got a system of follow-up that's way better than Tom Challan. Sometimes I forget people 5 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago, because you got to talk to a lot of people to win in your home-based business. So I schedule people. Now, for me, I still do it 2 ways, right? A little bit old school. Of course, I schedule them online, and you can use a contact manager for that. You can use Google Calendar for that. You can use your smartphone for that. Do it online. Get used to doing it online. If you don't do it online, learn to do it online. Again, Google Calendar will work, or a good CRM system will work as well if they have a good scheduling system that preferably reminds you on your phone. And then I still use an offline system. You can get a doctor's calendar book, right? If you want to use old school, you can go online. We have one that we're creating custom for the pro members as well. That's going to be a one that's very specific to how I follow up with people and schedule. So I have it right there in front of me. I have it on my iPhone. So if my iPhone falls in the toilet, I still have my backup system so I don't let people fall through the cracks. I don't rely on, gosh, when do I have to call this person? Who do I have to call back at 3 o'clock? And I always double, sometimes triple book when I get going, okay? And then I email them. Hey, it was great talking with you. Again, here's my information. I'm looking forward to personally working with you and help you accomplish the goals that you said you wanted to make. Here's my website again. Make sure if you have any questions, hit reply. Here's my mobile phone number. Text me, right? Just, you're hitting them again. Remember, boom, boom, boom. You're all different ways so you have more weapons. And then sometimes I'll even go in there and I'll stalk them. Facebook. And then I'll comment. I'll go in there and leave them a message and say, hey, great, beautiful family. Looking forward to working with you, right? And then, again, I record the calls. Now, am I saying you have to do all these? No, but I do. I do pretty much everything that I can. Because why? I want the competitive advantage. I want to let people know that I'm serious. Why? Because I am serious, and you need to be serious about your business too. And when you learn to follow up proficiently, you get organized, you don't have to use this as much. You use a system that helps you create wealth while having a life. So you can learn to do something that I believe is going to transform this industry. Something that I'm in the trenches, I'm writing the book right now, and it's going to be all around the more that you live, the more that you're going to be able to earn. So more to come on that. Check in the next video. This is Tom Challan, and go crush your business.